of Kenya House. It wasn't a question, but rather an observation, which is about the fact that the 100 million, which was being questioned, why did we ask for the same amount from two different funds? But that was because the total amount was 200 million, and one fund gave us half the amount, while the other gave us the other half. The third issue was on the Kenyan dress. Almost 100 million is to be used for the Kenyan dress. And is there any allocation for the same prior? So, Honorable Member, so far, as per these 2 last financial years, there was no money, no disbursements, no funds that we got from any funds or even exchequer for the Kenyan dress. We have Dr. Lagat, Cultural Director of Culture, who probably would help me answer that question if in previous years it was ever funded through you, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Daktari. As you can indulge, and also why the Kenyan dress and wear the trousers and shirts, because you are just talking over Kenyan dress. Proceed on the line.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Maybe you can.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair and members of this committee. I think the issue of a national dress is a very critical matter for this country. A national dress, Honorable members, is a formal attire recognized by citizens of a country as a dress that encapsulates their cultural diversity, matters of their national identity, and their civilization of our people. It enhances national pride, cohesion, and also embeds the values and ethos of a nation. It also has the potential of contributing economically to the country. Unfortunately, this country has never had a national dress. There have been various attempts. The most serious attempts that has been there was way back in 2004 when Honorable Najib Balala was the minister in charge of national heritage. And at that time, a national dress was developed at a cost of 50 million shillings. The 50 million shillings mainly came from sponsorship. That was Unilever. And indeed, a national dress was developed. It was put out there in the market, but unfortunately, Kenyans did not buy it. That's why many of us may not even be aware of the colors and the designs that were there. As a result of that, in the last couple of years, there have also been a number of discussions, and this has resulted in the department taking a serious step towards having a national dress. The steps that this would take, Honorable Chair, is first we need to undertake research on why that national dress never flew. Then secondly, we need to incorporate various aspects of the Kenyan communities. From where I sit, we don't necessarily need to have one national dress. We could have a number of national dresses that are representative of the diversity of this country. So the process will entail stakeholder engagements throughout the country. After that has been done, then there will be aspects of designs and production of the national dress. After which, that will be followed by national validation in order that what befell the initial initiative does not happen again to this new initiative. After which, we'll embark on production and marketing of that national dress or of those national dresses. Some of the spin-offs that I see in this initiative is that some designs may be so unique to some specific regions, and as a result, those regions, those economic blocks, or specific counties may decide to adopt it and make it a dress for their county. But the other very important thing is if it can actually add value from the cotton growers, from the designers, the tailors, all the way to the national level, and it can be a source of pride for us as a country, something that we can put on as we attend different international fora, and that will enhance our pride and identity as a country. I submit, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. PS, proceed.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. Just to add on that point, so that I answer Honorable Karuri's question on will this Kenyan dress keep recurring in every regime? Will it be in every 5 years we have asking for funds for the same white elephant, so to speak? The previous one in 2004 was basically a boardroom coerced decision, where decisions were basically made in a boardroom and no involvement for the end users and stakeholders and end users who are basically the people who will wear this dress. So for a change, as Dr. Lagarde said, we now inculcated an aspect of inclusivity where we involve the counties, we do mapping and get the opinions of different designers, local in the sense of the village designers up to the national level. The fifth issue about Dr. Honorable Karuri was now the Kenya House. Were there any revenues raised? And were there any legacies that were achieved during that period of close to a month in Paris? And your Honorable Chair and members, this was implemented by the National Museums of Kenya. During this Kenya House, we took our women of the Ushanga women bidders to sell and showcase their products in the Kenya House. We also took, because it was an all-inclusive one government approach, it wasn't only about culture and heritage and arts. We had Keproba there, Can Invest, the State Department of Investment. We had teas showcased there and also being sold. We had ICT sector, innovation and also creativity. So the house was not specifically only for culture and heritage, it was more of selling ourselves as a country and Kenya being the home of human origins. Yes, it is true, we had a budget of 200 million. And why is it that the report shows there's 9 million which has not yet been used or accessed? So, Honorable Chair, I'd like to now welcome NMK to probably answer on that, since they're the implementing agency, on why is it that we have 9 million remaining and the project is over. Why is there no report and on the same, so that we close that issue of Kenya House Olympics 2024 through yourself, Chair.
Very well.